Alright guys, well I'm back today with a brand new LPVO and I'm really excited about this one. This is a first focal plane optic GLX 1-6 with the ACSS reticle system. Now there are a few different reticle systems, but this one has the ACSS Griffin-M6 reticle and I've absolutely fallen in love with it. There are a few different variations on their website and you'll be able to go to the campsite page in the description below, and then from there I link a lot of the best deals, so you'll be able to find some more information about this on my campsite page. Unfortunately, because of YouTube's policies, I can't link directly to this, but just know all the information is over there and you can always look up the part number on this optic. Now what makes this unique and slick is the fact that that ACSS reticle gives you a ton of information for long distance shooting, but it's also incredibly usable up close for CQB. It's got ultra clear glass, good eye relief, and an amazing build quality, and it comes in at an affordable price point. This is punching way above its weight class, but it sells for right at about $700. That's just a little bit too much for you to spend, even if you absolutely love it. Primary Arms also has entry-level LPVO optics that are also punching above their weight class that I've reviewed in the past, starting around $250 to $350, depending on the configuration you want. If you're looking for an optic for pretty much anything, Primary Arms has it, but let's talk about the GLX. But before we do, I also want to give a huge shout out to Callaway Ballistics for sponsoring the ammo to help make this video. These guys sent out a ton of 223, and they also just released some match grade 223, which performs wonderfully. And I've got the code 704TACTICAL for free shipping on ammo orders over $200. They also have a ton of 9mm hollow points, and subsonic ammo and 300 blackout ammo. Definitely check them out and don't forget that code. Now, why would you want an LPVO optic? And really, they shine perfectly on top of a flat top AR. They allow you to go to the 1 power setting and use them as a red dot sort of feel, because it's a 1-to-1. When you have both eyes open, it feels like you're shooting with a red dot. Then you can zoom in, and in this case to the 6 power setting, and use this as a precision rifle scope for distance shooting. Now this is a first focal plane optic, meaning as you zoom in and out, the reticle gets larger and smaller, allowing you to range effectively at every single zoom level, which is pretty darn key for a precision rifle scope. Now a lot of times that can lead to some frustrations either at the 1 power setting or the 6 power setting, because that reticle selection is key in a first focal plane optic, but Primary Arms does an amazing job with that reticle selection. It's also an illuminated reticle, but unfortunately probably one of my only complaints about this optic is the fact that it doesn't get daytime bright. Daytime bright means you can turn on the illumination, it looks just like a red dot, and that's not the case. The illumination on this optic is going to be for twilight dust shooting and personal defense shooting in your home, which is going to make a great hunting optic. That's going to allow you, again, for those dusk and twilight situations, to turn on the illumination to get better shots and a clear image. If you got a black reticle on a black target at twilight or dusk, that is going to help you out a ton. Now, I'm going to start off by talking about the reticle system right off the bat, because that's one of the key features that Primary Arms nails. They utilize a lot of different ACSS reticle systems, and this is the Griffin-M6. So you can see it's got a center circle with a chevron point, so it's almost an infinity aiming point. It shows you the difference between the 1x magnification and the 6x magnification, with those duplex lines allowing you to lead your eye into the center. At the 1 magnification, this is still usable as a red dot style, even though the illumination is not super bright, because your eye still picks up that center cluster as almost a dot style, and the duplex lines lead your eyes to the center, allowing you to take quick shots up close as you see in the intro. No issues whatsoever. As you zoom in though, that information is dumped right to you in a very easily understandable way. It's got 2 different types of auto ranging. You can see the auto ranging on the side with a 5'10" vertical, and it's on both sides and has a grid pattern for bullet drop compensation. It also has a few other ways to range effectively, and this is just an example. Now these are not specifically calibrated for a caliber, but they are as drops and mills that correlate roughly with certain calibers, and you can find that information in their pamphlet right here. It also has a center of mass ranging system. As these taper down, they actually get smaller from the top to the bottom, allowing you to do an 18-inch center of mass ranging tool. So again, it packs a ton of information in this reticle system. So it's got everything you could possibly want, and it's in a nice little instruction booklet that honestly you could wrap up and slide in your grip if you wanted to reference that later on if you didn't feel like studying it. Now I highly recommend, if you're going to buy this for a primary go-to optic, you understand your reticle system and what you're getting, and man does it blow me away. The glass clarity on this is spectacular. The adjustable diopter allows it to be a true 1-to-1 setting, and that's all pretty challenging with a lot of the first focal plane optics. I've seen a lot of budget companies struggle with that in actual 1-power settings. So in both eyes open, you don't get distortions or errors, and man, they've done that beautifully on this optic. The eye box and eye relief is also very forgiving, meaning you can be close up, far away, left and right, and it doesn't black out as easily as some other budget optics. And again, that glass clarity and edge clarity is pretty darn good for distance shooting. The build quality on this is also absolutely spectacular. When you pick this up, you feel like and you know you're getting a solid optic. Everything is ultra smooth. They've got the throw lever built in, and it's done incredibly nicely. It also has very nice texturing right here, large legible numbers so you can see what's going on, a very large illumination knob that's got adjustments and settings in between so you can fine tune it for whatever types of lighting conditions in that twilight or dusk kind of area. And then it also has these very nice oversized turret caps, and the turrets are very tactile, not necessarily audible. Not that big of a deal though, but man, those turrets are nice, and everything locks up rock solid. The fit and finish is spectacular, and it's also sitting in the primary arms GLX offset mounting system. I love this mounting system, and it pairs perfectly with this LPVO because it slides it forward just enough for the perfect eye relief to sit on top of a flat top AR-15. If you're interested in this build setup, I just did a review called the Budget Block 2 build from PSA. This kit was actually $449. You can find that information on my campsite page as well if you're interested in doing a setup like this. I honestly feel like primary arms and PSA pairs up perfectly. If you grabbed a PSA rifle and you were looking for a good LPVO, you'd be amiss not to take a look at a lot of the primary arms offerings. I'm always recommending these guys for the entry-level budget stuff all the way up to those premium long-range optics. They have something for everybody, and this really fits a niche like a mid-tier general-purpose jack-of-all-trades rifle scope. You won't be disappointed. I wasn't. Honestly, about the only thing I could say could use some improving would be the illumination, but it works perfectly without it. You know, when you start paying for that illumination, those brightness settings that I really like in a first focal plane LPVO, the last one I reviewed that I liked was $2,500 to put things into perspective. So you can't have everything. This is an awesome optic. I absolutely love it. Again, all of the information will be on that campsite page in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.